Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm Gimat. Okay, let's start. So first of all, I'm a sociology graduate and I've always been fascinated by people, society, and the way the world works. So that's why I'm here. And over the years, this curiosity led me to sociology, a help that helps me understand human behaviors, social structures, and cultural patterns. I also produce short sociology podcasts, and I plan to continue exploring these topics here too. One of my professors once told me when I said, or that I talked about society as them, or they're doing like this, they're doing like that, he said, why them? You should say us, because everything is connecting with each other, even in the ways we might not immediately notice. So, in this channel, we'll explore sociology not just as an academic subject, but as a lens to observe and understand daily life, human interactions, and the structures that shape our world. So, sociology isn't just something we read in books or hear about in lectures, obviously, it shows up in our everyday lives. And imagine when we follow certain rules at work, in the traditions we keep alive, and even in the small daily disagreements. So these little moments actually mirror larger social patterns. So think about it. A simple argument between friends might uncover hidden hierarchies or shared expectations. The unspoken rules at a workplace can quietly show who holds more power, a point Bourdieu often emphasized. Even when we don't notice, these social structures shape how we act and relate to one another. So, sociology gives us tools to recognize and analyze these patterns. Why do some groups have more advantages? Why are certain behaviors accepted while others are ignored? By observing these dynamics, we can begin to understand and sometimes even challenge. So, the systems that shape our lives. So, today I want to talk about where sociology meets politics. So, in my last podcast, I mentioned that next time I talk about politics and sociology, but honestly, I kept postponing that episode because so much has happened in the world since June. Sometimes it feels almost impossible to keep up with the pace of it all. I don't want to sound too pessimistic, but it does feel like we're heading into even stranger place. And many people associate politics only with elections, but politics is far more pervasive. It shapes relationships, work environments, identities, income, and everyday decisions. In short, it's intertwined with life itself. Okay, Foucault argued that power doesn't only exist in government offices, it operates through everyday institutions and interactions. Even subtle rules or social expectations influence how people behave, often without us noticing. So, Bourdieu's concept of field and habitus demonstrate how social structures shape behavior from school to work, from friendships to professional hierarchies. Our daily choices and actions are influenced by these invisible forces. Also, politics, therefore, isn't just about us, it surrounds us constantly. It's also important to differentiate politics from policy. Politics refers to broad social influence and governance, while policy involves the strategic planning of actions, rules, and methods. So think of it as the difference between the vision and the map. Politics is the vision, policy is the route we take to get there. So even something as small as a rule change at work affects behavior. That politics in action power shaping life subtly but undeniably. So, seeing politics in everyday life. So, what does it mean? Let's bring this closer to daily life. A teacher guiding students, a manager organizing a team, or a friend subtly influencing a group decision, all of these are examples of political influence in action. And also, Bourdieu highlights that our social arenas, schools, workplaces, communities are sites where power is exercised and reproduced. Who gets heard, who is ignored? These dynamics are not always visible, but they're constantly shaping our experiences. Political sociology allows us to see these hidden structures and understand that politics is not confined to government offices. Instead, it's everywhere, influencing daily interactions, decisions, and life paths. So, I want to talk about research and political arithmetic. Okay, When it comes to research, there is an approach called political arithmetic. Simply put, it means using data to understand social issues and work towards solutions. Okay, Karl Popper once said, social sciences cannot prove what is right, but they can reveal what is wrong. In other words, we progress by learning from mistakes. Some critics argue, okay, you're reducing people to numbers. And yes, everyone is unique and multi-layered, but without data, how can we understand broad social trends or measure the impact of policies? So nowadays it's so hard. So it balances heart and mind. It allows us to approach social issues with empathy while grounding our understanding in evidence. Okay, I have a question. So, do you think it's possible to touch people's lives deeply and still stay objective? Or can you mix a little compassion with logic and data? So, I want to know, what do you think? Okay, so cut two. Today we explore sociology, politics, and the hidden power dynamics in everyday life. So if you enjoyed this discussion, please subscribe and check out my podcast as well, link in the description. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.